Welcome, everyone, to the Ballinesian podcast, episode 72. It's a midweek episode sponsored by Livasa Island Apparel. Shout out, brother Eri, Hosea out there in Modesto, California. Also, you can check out the website, www.livasaislandapparel.com, for a bunch of different items and the logo change, the logo update that they're going through. So, make sure to check them out. Again, the Ballinesian Podcast, episode 72. Let's get it going. I am Lance Falitongo.
Yes, sir. I'm Forrest.
And I'm Mike Fiso.
And we are here to talk about everything, anything sports news and life. Today, a trade goes through in the NBA. Damian Lillard to the Bucks. We'll be talking about that. We're going to talk about Chargers and the Raiders playing this week in the NFL.
Goddamn Skippy.
It's going to be a good show. Maybe we can get some bets going between the Chargers and Raiders for this the game this week.
Yeah, you know what? It's such a good show. I'm gonna be like Mike, man. You know what? That's
Oh, you okay? You feeling good? You feeling good?
Yeah.
All right,
Raider
okay.
game. Oh, I know. I've seen those glasses before. Those ones are fresh. I like those ones.
Nice.
I think I stole them from a kid in my house.
Okay,
Those are nice. Give me that.
The Chargers Raiders. It is Raider week. That's gonna be good. But how are you doing? Hey, you got some Panthers swag on there.
Yeah. Shout out to our guy, man, Frankie Luvu. We went down there to watch the game with him and his family, his friends. Great to always be in the presence of that type of love, man. Just the type of love that his boys have for him, like all his family, which is all of us. But like I was telling you guys before we started recording, like it's fun to see his guys come to the game because it's almost like their first game. It's almost like they're watching him for the first time. That's how excited they get. Like I know some of the people who aren't affiliated probably with Polynesians, or they're probably thinking, man, these guys are so loud and obnoxious. But that's just the energy they have for him. Like from the time we left where we were parked at tailgating, shout out to George Pele and Nixon Collins and their Junior Luvu also for their construction company. They let us park in their yard, which was right across from Lumen, and we got to tailgate there. So free parking, good tailgating.
Wow.
But from the time we left the yard, walking into the stadium, all you heard was Faamoeing and Luvu, man. So you think about having a couple of 300-pound, 6'2" dude, Robert Barber, who used to play for Washington State, a great defensive tackle in his own right. He led the charge. Big dude like that, walking. Junior Luvu, who's Frankie's older brother. Also, he's about 6'3". He goes about 240. Sorry, Junior. I was just being polite. He probably is a little bit more than 240, but but yeah, I mean, walking to the stadium and people were just like looking at us. I know one person was like, "Savages," in a good way, because he was just like, yeah, he had a Carolina jersey on. But it was a good game. The outcome wasn't too great for the team itself. We didn't get to watch Bryce Young play. We got to watch Andy Dalton instead, the Red Rocket.
Yeah, he had a good game, I would say.
He did. You can tell the difference between his experience in the game and Bryce Young's, because he was making plays that Bryce Young probably can't see yet. And it's not to say that Bryce Young is not going to be a great quarterback, because I truly believe Bryce Young is going to be a star in the NFL. But
I thought that was a height joke.
Oh, well, that too, because Andy Dalton could see over his line, as opposed to Bryce, who's always having to get outside of his tackles to see something.
It's hard to see over like an offensive line.
It is when you're like,
especially if you're shorter.
Yeah, if you're 6 foot, and we're being generous again with that number, 6 foot. But Adam Thielen had a really great game. But again, I guess the highlight of it all is always when we get to go down and greet Frankie after the game. Pretty much, I know a lot of people seen the videos that I posted. So, I mean,
what area is that? Like, how do you get to there from where the main seats were? Like, did you guys have to go far down a while?
If I tell you, I have to kill you.
Tell us. Tell us.
It is at the bottom of the stadium, where the buses park and the locker rooms are. So we were at 100 level seats, and then you go to the ramp, and then it's a walk down. Let me tell you though. So we all got separated for I tell this story because we sat my original seat was 313 section double H. I had to work out of my life on Sunday. Good seats. You know what I mean? They're good seats because you can see the whole field, and it's not like nosebleed. So it's almost like mid-level, but you can see the whole field. If you're there to watch the game, just specifically watch the game, 300 level is perfect because you can see the whole game. But to walk up to those seats, let me tell you, I've never been happier. Eddie said it himself. And Eddie is, compared to me, Eddie's super fit. But Eddie said he had never been so happy to see a seat in his life until we got to this. The lady tricked us. I said, showed her our seats. Says, can you help us find our seats? She goes, yeah. Just go up to this section. It's about mid-level up. It's double. So as soon as you get past the single letters, like Z, you should be good. It's right there. So we started walking, and then I looked at the single letters. I was like, bro, we're still at fucking F.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. It was too funny. But, yeah, great seats. Anyway, we got down, and as always, man, the culture takes over when we're all together. They saw us. We said a prayer. We sang a song of praise and joy for when Frankie came out. And what made it more special, probably the most special, not just for us to watch, but for Frankie to experience, was last year was his dad's first time seeing him play in person in the NFL. And Sunday was his first time his mom got to watch him in the NFL. So big special moment. You guys saw the video. He got to hug his mom. The embrace was it was beautiful. Then he stayed around, and signed everybody, whatever anybody wanted to sign. He stayed with us, signed stuff for people, caught up with everybody, made sure to shake hands, even with people that weren't with our group that were just there. So yeah, also a great experience. The next trip, I know me and Talanoa are going to plan to try and make it out to Carolina in January when they play the Bucks. So
nice.
That'll be cool too. Yeah. But shout out to Frankie Luvu again. And he's a new captain. With Shaq Thompson out for the rest of the season, he was named by his coaches and his peers on the team as a new defensive captain. So good for him. He's the right person to make that defensive go. That defense, you can see after he had a little injury in the game, took a shot to the ribs and the hip, so he sat out the whole second half. But you can see how much the defense needed him when he left the game because the defense was not stopping anything in the second half. Yeah. Kenneth Walker had a good game all the way to the second half until the end of the game. Got 2 touchdowns. Gino was finding people because he had time to throw. So Frankie's a big part of that defense, and it showed on Sunday when he went down.
Were you able to get any info?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, you good, Mike. Go ahead.
Were you able to get any insight or information regarding that hip injury? Do you think he'll be able to play? I have him on my fantasy team, so any insight would be great.
No, he's healing up. If it was up to Frankie would have been back in the game, no hassle. But it's not like high school or college, especially not like Samoa. You want to play back, you go back in. So, according to Frankie,
was he like limpy at all after the game when you were meeting up, or
not after the game? Not after the game.
Okay.
Yeah, he was padded up.
That's good news. Great news.
Yeah, he was padded up, but he was walking fine, moving fine. So, embracing people without too much pain. So, yeah.
They were able to give him more painkillers, like after.
I'm pretty sure.
He's feeling okay. Well, I've just looked up the latest practice information. He did not practice today, Wednesday. So, hopefully he gets in a limited or full practices Thursday, Friday, before they get ready to play again. What are they playing? The
I'm sure.
Vikings? They play the Vikings. Adam Thielen revenge game. But yeah, prayers up for Frankie. Hope the recovery process is quick, smooth. We all want to see him out there continuing to
Amen.
kill it. Shout out for that captain becoming captain, and there's
Yes,
nobody better
sir.
with a better motor or a better
Oh
example
man.
of play than Frankie Luvu, whose engine is always on, always after it, always
Yep.
around the ball. So yeah, definitely shout out to him and congratulations on getting that captain.
Yes, sir. He was already working it in his pregame speech. Had his
Oh,
guys.
nice.
Yeah, he was. Falcons. The Panthers did a good job of filming it. Just had his hands on his guy's shoulders and were just telling them, "Hey, look to the guys to your left, look to your right. That's what you're
Yeah.
playing for right now." Yeah. So yeah, great motivator.
Were
Great
the
motivator.
were there any Seahawks that stood out when you were at the game at Lumen Field watching the game?
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, Kenneth Walker's the real deal, man. So for everybody that was like, kind of iffy about Kenneth Walker being the back there or like taking on most of the load. Now that Carson's retired, who's gone? Penny's gone. He also has a really good backup with him. What is that?
Charbonnet.
Oh, Charbonnet, the last play of the game. If you guys watched it,
Bruh.
he, I mean, we were cheering for the Panthers, but we were like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Look,
They need Frankie
football!
out there. Look at that, man. That
Like,
would never happen to Frankie.
yeah, that's what we were saying. They were saying, Seahawks. I was like, you're lucky our brother's not inside.
That would never happen.
Right. Oh man, yeah. DK, of course, he got his touches. Lockett again. I think Lockett got a touchdown. Did he get a touchdown?
He had like a crazy 2-point conversion too.
Yeah, you got the 2-point. I
think
think just K9
that's
had
what it
2
was.
touchdowns and Jake Bobo had a touchdown, and then
Yeah,
the rest was just the kicker.
I didn't even know Jake Bobo was white. I don't know why I didn't know that.
Jason Myers had a day too. You didn't know Jake Bobo was white?
No.
Thought there was a black guy around here. We're just like, hey, Bobo.
Hey man, I know I know a black man, a black dude whose last name is Abubakar. So I mean, Bobo Abubakar.
You know what? That just shows the show. The name could be mean anything. You just gotta be ready.
Yeah, what's like the root of that?
Bobo.
Right. Jake Bobo. His parents were in the circus, and
Yeah, well, you think Bobo the clown, right?
Yeah. But yeah, DK Metcalf is you look at him and you wonder why he doesn't have like the most astronomical numbers in the league, because the dude is like he looks like he's man, he looks like he's cut between a linebacker and a defensive end playing wide receiver because he's super fast. And he looks like he's head and shoulders above like people who are covering him. But I guess that's why you have defensive coaches, because they can scheme it,
You're saying DK Metcalf is underperforming?
I don't think he's underperforming. There's a lot of dudes in the league I look at and I'm like, why isn't he like putting up like Hall of Fame numbers?
Randy Moss numbers?
Like the only person I can think of who you look at and be like, no, that fool's about to dominate, like doesn't matter, is Devontae Adams. And not because he's a Raider, partly because he's a Raider, but but you see him and like there's going to be 3 or 4 plays that you're going to be like, yeah, he is the number 1 receiver in the league. Like just the way he creates separation, like he's really like on a whole nother level when he's creating separation from other receivers in the league. So just like that, or like watching like we're watching Aaron Donald or Michael Parsons. They're gonna have like super incredible plays in the game that that no one can ever stop them if they felt or chose to. So I think DK is one of those guys that you look at and you think he can move like those guys, every game.
Yeah, you talk about Devontae Adams, who is obviously a great receiver, right? But how old is Devontae? Do you know offhand? 30?
I think he's 30.
30? Just flat 30? It's like the number of people start getting old in comparison to the rest of the league, but we'll see if he can keep it going. Devontae, Raiders.
I mean, I know for sure.
Who's throwing to him on Sunday or Thursday? Do we know?
I mean, it's Devontae Adams. It don't matter. He's playing the Chargers. He gonna catch everything. It don't matter. You know what I
Thrown
mean?
his way, yeah.
Because
I believe that.
you know what? The only person getting locked down on Sunday is J.C. Jackson by the police.
Fuck you, bro.
And yeah, so if you guys listened to the last episode, we was talking about, we thought J.C. Jackson, like, he might get traded or something. Nope, this guy is wanted by the Popes. What did he even do?
He missed a court date, like on Friday. He was supposed to be in court on Friday. I forget
what
the charge.
For?
Yeah, I need to look up what the charge is, but he missed a court date, so automatically a warrant was put
Speeding.
out for his arrest.
You ever watch Tommy Boy? You remember that movie Tommy Boy?
Yeah, David Spade and
Farley.
I'm transferring up to the other county. He's wanted for fucking chickens.
Oh no.
Okay, so yeah, he got a speeding ticket in Massachusetts, so he was supposed to be in Boston.
Former Patriot. Yeah, got a speeding ticket up there where he used to live. Was supposed to show up for court, did not show up to court, and then a warrant was put out. I'm sure I've got warrants put out for not showing up to something like that.
That's the Patriot way, man. Like, hey, you're not a Patriot no more? Somebody go get that fool.
Hey, he's not one of us anymore. Go ahead and
run that warrant. Yeah, run that warrant.
When you're a Patriot, all those things get held. But if you transfer to a different team now,
it was probably right when he was driving to the airport. He's like, "Get me the fuck out of here!" And Bill Belichick said, "Hey, yo, I need a favor."
Does it say how fast he was going in the article that says he was speeding?
No, it just said it was just criminal speeding.
Yeah,
criminal speeding. That's more than 10 miles an hour.
He was going like 75 and 70.
What now? You're doing 65 and a 64? Oh my God.
Yeah. Patriot way, I'm telling you. Will Eckler be ready?
I hope so. Austin Eckler has missed the last 2 Charger games.
He didn't practice today either.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's limited. He was limited in practice.
Oh,
today.
Nice.
That's
trending upwards.
That's a little suspect for the dude that was leading the charge for running backs not to play this season.
Yeah, right. Maybe it's like him being like, "Hey, I'm not feeling 100%, so I'm not going to play." Maybe that also. Money. Well, I mean, yeah, did he get the money? I mean, I feel like
he got some money. He didn't get his money. Yeah. He got some money. Yeah.
I feel like all the running backs took like a $1 million bonus or like bump in pay.
Yeah.
And maybe a bunch of incentives. Like if we carry the ball this many times for this many yards, we can get a couple more million. Hey, but none of them got like a big base contract bump.
If it makes you feel better, Josh Jacobs right now is not earning his incentives.
How much did he get paid? Like, did they pay him any more in his salary, or just gave him incentives?
I think like you said, I think it's a bump in pay, like by $1 million. So I think he's got like, I want to say a little bit over 10, and then the incentives gets it to 12.
Nice, yeah. But yeah, a bunch of the running backs that are getting paid or at the top are not producing like it. Like you talk about Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler obviously been out 2 out of the 3 games. Derrick
Henry. He's a shitter, bro.
Oh my
gosh. Pissing me off, man.
It's like we all were like, well, there's no way Derrick Henry's going to be a dud. I don't know why he's dropping to the 5th round or anything.
No, their offensive line is the worst. This might be a problem.
But not only that, coaching staff likes Tajay Spears.
Yeah.
They're trying to give – so the first game that they played, Tajay had about, I think the percentage was equal. I think they both had about like, maybe it was like a 45% difference, or he had like 45% of the carries. It was that much smaller than than Derrick Henry's, but they're trying to use Spears more because they said they like him, the coaching staff.
Well, that's part of the argument for not paying running backs, right? Is that there could be a bunch of fall off with these people that get paid the most. So maybe we should instead just keep like 2 or 3 cheap, young, late round running backs instead.
That's true though, but you can't say he fell off if you're not going to give him the same amount of touches or get him some offensive line help because their quarterback, and you heard me say this all year last year, Lance, isn't the guy at all. So, like,
you don't believe in Ryan Tannehill?
Oh, that's his name?
Razor Ryan.
Kirk Cousins' cousin.
Right. I mean, he's probably married to his cousin, but I mean,
whoa.
No, like I'm pretty sure he's a serviceable quarterback in the league, but not as a starter. I mean, and again, I'm always going to be a little jaded because of the way they did Mariota when they were there. Like they didn't like Mariota as a quarterback, and so they kind of just like they didn't give him much room to improve. And then they were like, no, well, we got Tannehill, and then put him into this, and then kind of just tossed Mariota to the side.
And then hasn't done anything since.
And now what?
Bro, and you have DeAndre Hopkins struggle. He's getting 50 yards a game, averaging like five receptions.
Yeah.
First game, a lot of targets, but every game since it's getting less and less. Like
that was puzzling to me that he signed there, knowing that Tannehill was the quarterback who hasn't put up numbers really. Like, I mean, AJ Brown left for the same reason because he wasn't getting the ball the right way. So like that was puzzling. I don't know if it was the money, maybe.
Maybe he thought he was gonna play quarterback.
Hey, I don't know.
The game between the Chargers and the Raiders, where the Raiders head to SoFi Stadium this Sunday.
Thursday?
It says Sunday here.
Oh.
Sunday, CBS, 1 o'clock.
Who's the Thursday game? Lions, Packers?
Lions, Packers?
Ooh, rivalry?
That should be good.
You're right. Jordan Love, he looks good.
Are you guys rivals? You two Chargers, Raiders?
Raiders, yeah, in the AFC West.
We can't be rivals if they've never won the Super Bowl. I'm joking.
Wow! I don't consider this a rivalry. One of us has to win. Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah, not qualifying for any of these conversations because my team has not won a Super Bowl. Damn it.
Bro, you had a chance to win a hometown Super Bowl, too. You guys blew that one. Was it against the Niners, though?
Yeah.
In San Diego. Oh.
We got him. We're like, hey, man, come here. We're going to tie. Don't worry. Promise. We're going to tie.
No.
We're both going to the playoffs.
The Raiders head to Los Angeles as 5.5-point underdogs. The over-under is 48 points. So the implied final score for this game is Chargers 26, Raiders 22. How do you feel about that? Why do you think that's the number? Why do you think the Chargers are favored by 5 points right now? Is it because Jimmy G is hurt? Is there any worry that Jimmy G is going to miss this game?
There is worry.
Oh no,
because it's concussion protocol. So I mean, he still has to. He has to pass like the 5 points of concussion protocol. Is it 5? Something. But he has to do that first, and then it's all up to you. Right? Exactly. He has to pass a sobriety test before kickoff. Yeah, and then it's up to the doctors whether if he shows like even the slightest symptom of a concussion, then they probably won't play him.
The backup would be Brian Hoyer. And then...
It would. So no, now they're Aiden O'Connell was named second string out of preseason, but like I don't know if McDaniels could be really comfortable with Hoyer, who's been with him and Ziegler from New England.
Yeah,
so
Patriot days. You wouldn't either? You would rather Aiden O'Connell?
Only because, I mean, what do we have to lose? We're 1-2. I mean, it's the beginning of the season. Get
I
him
mean,
some
right
reps.
now we're fighting for second place in the AFC West. That's what this.
No, we won first, so we're second place, and we beat you guys last year, so we're second place.
Going in, yeah.
Yeah, you Chargers fans, stop it. So there was two ladies
Let
in the
us
West, right?
in.
At the game. They were trying to be cute, and they were talking about like, oh, we're the Panthers, and they were asking us who our real teams were, because we told them we're not really Panthers fans, we're Frankie Luvu fans. She says, oh, I can see that you guys are family. She went down the line asking what our real teams that we cheer for were. And she got to me, I was like, we're Raiders, and we kicked your ass last year, so shut up. And the lady was like, oh, you're quick with that one. I was like, yeah, no shit. It was like, but that was last year. It's like, did you beat us this year? No. I was like, well, then we beat you last year instead.
Well, then the most recent results would say that we beat your team.
Right.
It's freaking Raiders fans. Can't take you guys nowhere.
Sorry, man. You're catching bullets from last weekend or Sunday, because I was so ready to shoot these all at the Steeler fans. And I was
man. We were recording during like the end of the game, and I was watching it.
I got there just in time for the best penalty I've ever seen, which was leverage. Crazy penalty. I've never heard of that. So one of the guys was trying to use someone else's back to jump up and block the field goal.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. So they called that. And then we got another chance to go. So I was like, oh shit. I think we ended up kicking the field goal anyway. And then we got a chance to go for it on fourth down. We were down 8, so you score, get a 2-point conversion tie, but Josh McDaniels kicked the field goal.
He can't do math or something. He was like, we still have to go for it again. He was like, you're like, what?
I'm one of those guys, man. He's the head coach, so I'm gonna give him a little, like, I believe whatever he decided, he had a plan for it. I can't panic just now, but I'm sure he had some kind of logical.
Touchdown. You got to go for the touchdown. What was it, like 2-3 minutes left when they scored? Less?
Something like that. I think when they scored, it was about 2 minutes. No, because they took the 2-minute warning, so it was less. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if everything goes well, you do get the ball back. You use the timeouts, you maybe get another shot. But instead, if you're running the numbers, you want to just go for the touchdown to tie it up there.
No, for sure. And then
if you don't get it,
count
do
on your
some
defense.
Crazy stuff.
Right.
Yeah, later.
Right. So I mean, that's tough. I know we're underdogs again, not just because of Garoppolo possibly missing the game, but with this, I mean, they're just not performing the way they're performing, So
the Raiders are underperforming?
I think so. They got guys in the team. They got guys in the team, man.
That's got to be factored into the weekly point spread.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, definitely underperforming. But when we play our best is when we play the Chargers. So I'm not worried.
Right. I'm also, I also am ready for the Raiders to show out for some reason when we should be stepping on the throats, right? We got Justin Herbert. If Austin Eckler comes back, one of the best running backs in the NFL, gonna have to feed Keenan Allen with the Mike Williams torn ACL out for the season.
Well, what we did was we made Chandler Jones crazy on purpose, and then we're gonna let him play this game.
Yo, did you guys
come out in the fucking suit in the cycle board with the mask on? He's gonna roll him out to the field and let him. That'd be so sick.
He's gonna come out like Hannibal Lecter. That's what we.
Fucking Kane.
Right. This is the first game you'll see Herbert show emotion, which is going to be fear.
Yeah,
he's gonna be running from a mental ward patient.
Yo, face off.
Look, Chandler Jones says up to 6-7 people came to his house and forcibly took him to a mental health facility.
Hey man, that's a big man.
Injected him with something in the ambulance on the way against his will, and then held him in a mental health facility for a couple of days, a week. It still hasn't gotten word from the GM or anybody from the Raiders as to what's going on. He's worried that the GM is the one who had him temporarily committed.
Okay.
He's trying to figure out what's going on. Are you saying Chandler Jones is having like a mental health lapse or episode right now?
No, this is how we hype people up for the game. We're gonna set him loose on you guys.
How many sacks for Chandler Jones this week if he plays?
If he like 15.
Like more than one?
If he gets into the game, yeah, I think he gets about I'm gonna say over under I would say 3, and that would be like under.
Well, like I don't even know if he's really actually going to play. So let's see.
I would say probably not. If everything we've read about is true, I'm curious, what do his like very famous brothers have to say on the situation?
True.
Like none of them have come out publicly and said anything in defense of their brother or even against what their brother is saying. So
look, the other two have been just as crazy in certain moments. Like John Bone Jones, he had to go to rehab.
Ran over a pregnant lady or something.
Right. Chandler Jones is John Bone Jones's brother?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
I did not know that they were brothers.
And they have another brother named Arthur Jones.
He was a defensive end.
Oh my god.
He played football too.
All right.
He was like a tackle or something.
Oh, something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Art Jones.
Yeah. So it's fishy that the brothers aren't saying anything or haven't said anything up to this point.
I mean, not just them. I mean, family members in general. This guy is claiming that people are like trying to put him in the hospital. I don't know the legality of things, but I don't know if the general manager of the team you play for can put you into
Well, they said he was being weird on social media, so they were there to like.
Okay, so that's what's gonna happen now. If you're weird on social media,
that's
they're
what
gonna
I'm saying.
lock you up. That sounds like fucking dystopian as fuck.
They could have locked up Donald Trump a long time ago before these allegations against Trump. All the or hey man, what's the would be nice. The eccentric dude that bought Twitter. What's his name?
Oh, Elon Musk.
Oh my gosh. If you wanted to lock someone up for being weird on social media.
True. That like when he leaked that picture of Amber Heard in the Mercy Overwatch costume, that was kind of weird. Like
what happened?
It was weird.
My God.
He's like married to Amber Heard, and he like put this like intimate, but she's not like naked or anything.
No,
it's like clearly not for everyone's eyes.
Yeah, the costume is definitely not a PG costume that you'd wear out to go trick or treating in.
Gotcha. And he just posted that up for everybody.
I mean, thank you for posting it.
Yes, it did.
But
shout out my girl Baja from Never Back Down.
Bruh, that was the last year. It was pretty bad acting, but
the worst. Like, damn, who's this? I was a little kid, like, damn, she's kind of cute.
But Never Back Down was pretty cool when it first came out.
I remember that movie. She was the
Breathe, Jake,
the bad guy's girlfriend, the love interest of the movie.
Yeah, everybody wanted to be an MMA fighter after that.
Oh, I gotta ask, how often do you guys think about the Roman Empire?
All the time, right?
Wait, are we talking about like the Roman Reigns Empire or like the actual Roman Empire?
No, it's like a meme going around.
No, I seen it.
Bro, there's my girl turned to me. She asked me, she was like, "How often do you think about the Roman Empire?" And I was like,
"What?
Not since like I watched Troy." That's not even Rome. That's like Greek. She was like,
that would have been my answer. Exactly. That would have been my answer too.
I didn't know that it was a meme, or like I didn't know it was like that big. And my girlfriend asked me, "How often do you think about the Roman Empire?" And I was like, "Every damn day," as like a joke. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're one of those guys." I was like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Wait,
and then she showed you all of them where the guys were like, "Yeah, I think about it every day." Just like, what the hell are you talking about?
Our whole society is very influenced by that time. But yeah, I don't think about it that much.
I've been thinking about it a lot since the meme started, since going viral and people have been popping up on my feed. But it's funny to me how many people actually mean the Greek Empire. Like, oh yeah, Hercules. I was like, well, like I don't know if did you fight the Romans? Yeah, a bunch of like my old time war in that Mesopotamia like vibes are actually like Greek mythology. Anyways, no, I just wanted to. I forgot to ask that last time because of how little I think about the Roman Empire, and I wanted to check. Anyways,
the only time I know people probably is gladiators and Caesar. The two things probably people think about, and the salad. But
the gladiators, right? Gladiator.
Yeah,
Gladiator.
gladiators.
Russell Crowe is Roman, right? In that movie. That there's a sequel of happening?
There's a sequel. There is a sequel.
Gladiator 2?
Yeah. He comes back to life after the maggots eat the rest of his body.
Yeah, it's like God of War.
Right, like they ate his arm in the movie and healed him.
So, shoots him out of his arm.
Right. They come back and
I can't tell if you guys are being serious or not. Yeah, the maggots, man. He comes back to life. You are not ready to enter Elysium.
I think in the plot, the first plot that came out is the little kid in the movie. That's going to end up secretly being his son, I think.
Oh, okay. That movie, that was a really good movie. I like the
right. I like how they also brought us into a world of incest when my man was trying to sleep with his sister, which was super weird in the movie. But hey, whatever.
Oh,
Roman Empire.
Yeah, dog.
The Romans. Oh, no.
We don't got science yet, so it's cool, man.
Yeah, queen.
Like I think the greatest whatever thing that the Romans gave to us was the condom.
Shut the fuck
up.
Yeah, sheepskin condoms back in the day.
For everybody who's watching, yes, I know they didn't invent Trojan condoms. It's a joke. Before I get a whole bunch of messages, they didn't really invent the condom. Yes, I know.
But there was a sheepskin contraceptive?
Hey, probably, there was, man. And that's why they're called. And that's why the company today is called Trojan Condoms.
Oh my goodness. Shout out
the
to
condoms used in ancient Rome were made of linen and animal intestine or bladder.
And that's where USC got their motto or their logo.
My God.
And their mascot from the condoms.
From the condoms.
Not the Romans.
But the condoms. National championship winning condoms.
Right. Yeah. See, there you go. Reggie Bush, he's a condom.
Hey, give that man his trophy back.
Right.
To wrap Chargers Raiders,
baby. You already know. Stop playing.
Keenan Allen, 82.5 receiving yards. Over under.
Wait, what was the number?
You know what? I'll say
82.5.
I'll say over. Because he's been wrecking in fantasy. 2 straight weeks of 45 points.
Yo,
18 receptions is crazy. I say over. Look,
they don't have anybody else to throw to. The other guy tore his knee. Sorry, no disrespect to Mike Williams. I just blanked out on his name. But he's hurt. They got a rookie. Who else? They signed somebody recently, didn't they?
Everett's banged up too.
Everett's banged up.
Simi Fehoko, former Stanford wide receiver who was drafted by the Cowboys, off the Cowboys and Steelers practice squad.
Out of Stanford.
Yeah.
Yep.
So big receiver there, smart guy.
No disrespect to the Toko, but you can't expect him to come in and fill Mike Williams' spot either because Mike Williams is Mike Williams and Simi Fehoko is just getting himself into the league. But shout out to him, man. They let go of one Fehoko and picked up another.
Hey,
all this Puka Nacua hype got everybody high on poly receivers right now.
Pittsburgh Pittsburgh just signed Braden last week to the active roster. He's about to be a receiver too.
Who?
Braden Fehoko.
Braden Fehoko for the Steelers. He got upgraded to
he's on the active roster.
Yeah.
They're making him a receiver too.
Shut up.
Yeah, they are.
No. Let that man eat in the trenches. Yeah, he's gonna do great. And he's a freaking good teammate. Good for the media team.
Isaac Silmalo ate for sure on Sunday because I saw him toss somebody on Sunday. I'm not gonna name a name, but that hurt my feelings because I wanted to cheer for him, but at the same time, it's like, stop it, bro. That's not nice. Be nice, damn you.
Yo, Isaac Somalo, you can see him out there working and playing left guard, and with the hair, it's easy to spot him. And it's making me like actually happy to watch Steelers football every once in a while again.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
I don't
like when you used to watch Polomalu.
Yeah. But like just seeing like the for sure Islander out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
If
before that, I was like, oh, these guys are terrible to watch, and no Islanders.
If I knew I was gonna play Isaac Silmalo, I would be telling my D-tack, my nose guard or whoever's next to me, I'm always tapping him like, hey, stun, you come this way. Stun, okay? That's a big man. That's a bad man.
Yeah, shout out to Isaac.
I think
to the Steelers one time.
No.
Sorry, one time for the Steeler fans out there.
I can't. Fulasa, if you're watching this, fuck the Steelers, man.
My guy's in Raider active mode.
I think both Devontae and Keenan are gonna get over. I think they're gonna go over the 80-yard mark.
Oh, okay, both of them. Yo, let's bet that.
I do.
Let's bet that both Keenan Allen and Devontae Adams.
We already got dinner on the line.
Right. Our bet is that if one of our teams sweeps the other team this season in both games, both our division games, then the loser has to buy dinner or make dinner.
I'll tell you. All right. So if Devontae goes over, you have to wear Raider gear next show. And
yards. Devontae Adams or Keenan Allen.
And if Keenan Allen goes over, I won't come on the show. No, yeah. If Keenan Allen goes over, I'll find something Chargers to it.
I got some Chargers gear over here.
I got a couple of markers. Some white
oh no, never mind.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, for sure. That's the deal. That's the deal, man.
We can drop off some Charger gear to the loser or to the Raider gear. You know,
I feel it.
And yeah, the other person. So this is for most receiving yards. Keenan Allen versus Devontae Adams. But you also think that both Devontae and Keenan are going to go over 82 yards. So I'm sure we can parlay that. I've avoided joining the gambling apps for a long time. And now it's just like, fuck it. It's a part of the game now. And it's going to make it more exciting. Also, there are some crazy-ass parlays out there where you can link up like 20 things, bet like $1 on it, and if it all hits, you get like $200,000. I'm like,
that's so nerve-wracking.
I don't mean to make this sound appeasing to degenerate gamblers or people with gambling problems like myself. Like, bro, if I get on a roll, I want to always gamble. I want to always play blackjack. I can't wait to go to the casino again.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Lance. I'm on my way to the casino right after this.
Bro,
with the last $1 in my pocket. Good job, Lance.
You could flip it, right? There are those stories where you could flip it, you could roll it, you could parlay it, you could like double down and get these big riches. And in a time where everyone's like struggling with inflation and like discretionary spending, who doesn't want an extra $8,000 jackpot?
I'm so glad that me and you do not know any gambling or any loan sharks like they have in the movies where they go to like this dude in like a warehouse and
it be $100,000.
Right, like, yo,
I was gonna pay him
$100,000.
Exactly.
Right. I just gotta win. I just gotta hit. I just gotta hit.
Look.
I'm feeling hot, baby.
No. I got this horse. I promise you. I got this horse. I promise you. It's gonna win. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I definitely have been in the past to the point where I've like emptied out my bank account to like continue playing blackjack or freaking Ultimate Texas Hold'em or other like roulette or stuff like that. And it sucks. Don't get to the point where you can't control it. All right.
This is my uncle told me, because he was a really bad gambler. The rule of thumb is when you start trying to make up the money you lost, it's time to go home.
Just get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gambling should be fun and for entertainment purposes only, not for investment purposes. So don't try to break the casino for your retirement. It's not going to happen. But definitely go and have some fun. Yeah, I need to go to the one by your house, Forrest. I'll pick you up. And we'll hit it. But yeah.
Yeah.
For the longest time, the NFL and professional sports was like, no one gamble. We don't want to hear anything about anyone ever gambling. We'll suspend you for life. We'll suspend you from making the Hall of Fame. And now it's like every time ESPN cuts to commercial, there's 2 DraftKings ads.
Right.
There's a bunch of segments sponsored by gambling ads, gambling apps.
But also, if you watch
mainstream.
Calvin Ridley, maybe you want to be suspended a year for gambling because he's doing pretty good.
I mean, this last week he like screwed me over, and I think the week before he did really good in that first week. I think he had double-digit targets and catches. But yeah, Calvin Ridley, someone who was suspended for a whole year of football for betting on a game. I'm not sure if he even bet on his own team's game, but yeah, he ended up getting traded from the Falcons to the Jaguars, and now he's got Trevor Lawrence instead of Desmond Ridder, which is I'm already seeing Desmond Ridder needs to go. Like the Falcons need to tank, and I'm like, how many times are the Falcons going to tank to take a really good offensive talent to not do anything in the NFL? Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, and you got Desmond Ridder orchestrating the offense right now. It's not working.
I think the rule is that you're not allowed to place bets while you're on team property. Is that the rule?
Yeah, you can't even bet on other stuff like non-NFL, your team bets.
Oh, I thought you just can't be in team facilities while you're doing it.
You can't bet on your own games, and you're not supposed to bet during league activities, during team activities, or at league or team venues.
Oh, okay. The rule is just don't get caught.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, don't get caught. Use a proxy, use somebody else. But
right.
Yeah,
use your daughter.
Hypocrisy.
Use your kids. Use your son.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck to the Raiders this weekend. I know you guys are gonna travel, and it's gonna be a tough game. Probably gonna lose.
That's the home game for us. What are you talking about?
Oh, true. Damn, I didn't even think about that. And I wonder if that's factored into that 5.5. Frick. Okay. Yeah. I think the Chargers are going to win by at least a touchdown. And if Jimmy Garoppolo's not playing, 2 touchdowns.
You guys, your team colors are still blue and yellow, yeah?
Yes.
Well, it's going to be all black in that stadium on Sunday. I can tell you that.
It will be a lot, right? There's a lot of seats. There's a lot of Raider fans in LA. You know, it's going to be a big event that you guys have been waiting for all year. Saved up for, taking the family there, taking the little Raiders there, taking Mrs. Raiders. We get the whole family. We'll go to SoFi Stadium. We'll beat up on these Chargers. It's not going to happen. Your kids are going to go home crying. They're going to be like, Dad, why'd you pick this team? Why do we have to drive all the way over here to see our team lose by so many points? It's like, because we're Raider fans, and we're loyal, and we're stubborn, and we don't want to change. And be like, all right, well, yeah, we'll make this like a yearly family trip where we come down to the SoFi Stadium and lose again and again and again.
Hey, how come you guys didn't go to the playoffs last year?
We did. We were in the playoffs last year.
Oh, yeah? Oh, it was the year before. My bad. But we did beat you guys last year, yeah?
You guys did. Wait, in the regular season? I don't even remember.
Did you guys go to the Super Bowl? Did you guys win one?
Not yet. Not yet.
You guys don't have one of these? It's not a Super Bowl ring, but
you just found a ring.
That's an Oakland Raiders Super Bowl, not a Las Vegas Raiders Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, do the Vegas Raiders have any Super Bowls?
Do the San Diego or LA Chargers have one?
No, not yet. I told you already.
I
Anyways,
mean,
Do you guys even have a home stadium? You let Frisco
no, we're renting from the Rams right now for like $1 a year. That's pretty good.
from the Galaxy. Yeah,
It's pretty good digs. SoFi Stadium,
but yeah, should be a
Rams
good
house.
game. Should be a good game, good win for us. Also it's good to go home and win a game, and then go back to our summer home. So I look forward to that.
I wonder. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get a read on how much of the audience and the stadium there is actually like blacked out Raider fans, and how many are local Charger fans. We'll see. Yeah, always a good divisional rivalry game. And even if one of the teams is doing better than the other, this game always feels like it's anybody can win, and that makes it fun. So yeah, best of luck. Another guy that has never won a title yet, Damian Lillard, recently traded to the Milwaukee Bucks to join Giannis Antetokounmpo. Blazer fans are sad, I think. We need to get Luke on here or some other Blazer people to get their takes on it. But right now, from a non-emotional standpoint, what do you guys think about this trade? Who won? What do you think Dame's future looks like in Milwaukee?
Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, it just seems I feel bad. I guess he doesn't want to. I know he didn't want to be there. So, but if I'm him, if I'm Dame, this is their best chance to win a championship. They might lose out on some defense on the perimeter because they had to get rid of Drew Holiday and Grayson Allen. But just two guys that could drop 40 each game. Both of them could do it at the same time too. That's just going to be so huge. It's going to be fun to watch. I hope that it's not like a Russell Wilson situation that he goes over there and something magical. Like he just had the shoes only worked in Portland, not anywhere
Oh
else kind of
no.
deal. Um, as far as the other teams, I know like Phoenix, they got Aiton and they gave up Nurk to the Phoenix Suns. I think the Phoenix Suns, they got better. They got all the role players to fit around their three big stars, and they got rid of like DeAndre Ayton, who from the outside looking in seemed to be a cancer to the team. He just didn't want to be there and made it publicly known, and he kind of like played, or he didn't handle the criticism of his play very well, in my opinion. So good that he's able to get out there, go to Portland. So yeah, I was shocked, honestly. I was not expecting Damian Lillard to go to the Bucks. I know the Heat fans are butthurt too.
Because the word has been that he wanted to join the Heat, that his agent was trying to tell other teams not to trade for him outside of the Heat. So yeah, to see the Bucks pop up, and then also the Raptors were in talks or were popping up as like the leader in trade talks, and then today the Bucks complete the trade. Or is it today?
Today.
Yeah. So what does Portland get for Dame Lillard? Portland receives Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Tumani Kamara, Milwaukee's 2029 unprotected first round pick, and an unprotected pick swaps in 28 and 30. So the Blazers aren't going to see any of those draft picks until 2028.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, are those enough for Blazer fans to be okay with losing Dame?
Well, Drew might not be there for very much longer.
Yeah, I have a feeling he might be traded.
They're shopping him already.
Yeah.
He's like too old kind of for their system.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to keep that young core of like Scoot,
Yeah.
Anthony Simons, Shaden Sharp. Is that his name?
Yep,
Yeah.
Shaden.
So Milwaukee off the bat definitely is the winner. Like when you first look at the deal, because I heard analysts talking about it, which is very true. Both players have never played with another star. No disrespect to McCollum or Middleton, who's still there, or even Drew Holiday, but those guys aren't at the level that Dame is at, and whoever played with Giannis isn't at the level that Dame's at. So it'll be interesting. So right off the bat, those guys are the winners right now in the deal, but in the long term, I think the Blazers win in the long term because they get to play the young guys they have now. They add DeAndre Ayton to that younger core, who's a better fit than Nurk because he'll run with them. Nurk's athletic, but he doesn't get up and down the court like DeAndre Ayton does. And with Scoot there, Shaden Sharp, Simon,
Running
just the
gun.
younger guys. Yeah, so now they can get up and down the court freely. You've seen the Blazers play like when they just let them play, when Billups just lets them get up and down the court, even defensive wise. So now they're a little bit more athletic on defense, and they can probably run different sets. So they can probably all five of the guys on the court can probably guard like three positions at least. So they win in the long run. Phoenix looks good too because they add Nurk, and with the guys, they're probably just a few pieces away from again, like serious, like being actually they're real contenders for that West spot. Anytime you have Booker and Durant on that team, but now they got Nurk, so a bigger dude in the middle who can help. Plays a little bit better defense in the post than DeAndre. Well, I play than Ayton.
You said you play better. You play better post defense than Ayton.
No, not me.
Is that what you say?
Nurk does, not me. If I could grow like 10 inches, maybe. But I think DeAndre's his play while he was in Phoenix just reflected his like Mike said, his desire to be in Phoenix. So I think that reflected a lot when people were watching him be like lackluster on defense or was getting bodied like every time they went down. I think it was just his willingness to be on the court in Phoenix. But now that he's somewhere, he might be somewhere where he likes playing with those younger dudes, So
you got to see him at the strip clubs for sure.
Hey,
he already looked like an old man.
Tell him to call me up, man. We'll head straight to Golden Dragon. You know what I mean?
Dame dropped a
Golden
song
Dragon.
Today.
That's the strip club you're taking him to.
Hey, man, everybody got to eat. We take him there first,
including the minors.
Hey, we got to take him there first.
You take minors there?
I think it's 18 and up.
Oh,
no, you can get in. You can get in as 18 and up because they don't sell alcohol.
Okay, that's not a minor,
He's young.
right?
He's young, right?
God, under 21ers.
If you can go to jail for a serious crime at 18, you're old enough to go to a strip club.
Yeah, no alcohol. Yeah. Keep your
tops on. We'll work our way over to Rouge.
There you go.
So Dame dropped a song like 3 hours ago.
Which I thought was
farewell. So how long was he sitting on that?
Right.
Damn. Had it ready. What was corny about it? He had an outro anthem.
No, that he raps.
Ready?
He is. I will give him this.
Good rapper.
He's probably he's one of the better rappers in the league. But just go play ball, man.
Don't have any other hobbies or interests. Just go do your job.
If you do, keep it in your house.
Don't release it on Apple Music.
He said he had a line on it that says something like, "I'll still be." What is it? Oh, I'll still be making shows, but it won't be for the Blazers. Get the hell out of here,
I'll
man.
still be blazing trails,
but it won't be for the Blazers. Okay, corny guy.
Mike? Did you catch any bars from it? Any lyrics that stood out?
No, I just saw it for the first time like just now, and I was like looking up Damian the trade, and I was like, wait, he dropped a song.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of.
He's a good rapper.
Funny, I guess.
Definitely, he had it ready. Well, I mean, there's no way. I think he already knew that he wasn't headed back to.
Oh yeah, I continue leaving trails, but it won't be for the Blazers.
Yeah, see,
I could never be replaced. They'll know sooner than later. Just know that what I left is better than what I inherited.
Hey, Okay.
That's true, probably.
Yeah. He was like, "Hey, you guys are welcome, by the way. You remember you guys missed on that Greg Oden pick, and then you let Lamar Aldridge go, and then you traded away all these other guys, and then I saved your city and basketball team for like 11 years."
Yeah, I know a few Blazers fans that think Scoot Anderson is gonna be
Henderson.
or Henderson, same thing. Just kidding, Scoot Henderson, if you're listening. I hope you're listening. But
Thanks, Scoot.
yeah, good listen, Scoot. I there's a few Blazer fans who think he's gonna be just as good for Portland as Dame was. So
Nice. And look, I feel like like a lot of the old veteran franchise player needing to leave or being traded away or retiring, it probably should have happened a couple of years ago. Like
right.
instead of now, probably would have been better if this was 2022, 2021, where they were able to move Dame and he was able to use more of his career to be in a better place for him. Phillip Rivers, the Chargers should have dropped Phillip Rivers like 3 years earlier. Um,
Then you might not have Herbert.
True, but I feel like those 3 years might have been well put in rebuilding and
Might have a Super Bowl by now, right?
our Super Bowl possibility win is further away than
Right. You
what
could
it, what
you
it,
guys
what it
could have
could
had
be.
Jameis Winston by now.
I don't know. We could have had Tua.
Tyrod Taylor might be fucking slanging the rock. He'll get
Oh
stabbed in
my
the chest.
gosh, I talked myself so hard into Tyrod Taylor being the guy. We just need a low-key passing attack, focus on the run, just someone to really manage. Athletic, could get to the edge if you need to. And then they fucking stabbed him so quickly.
Right.
They
Oh,
said,
we're going with the rookie.
we don't
Man.
believe in this guy. Nope.
That sucks, man. Like
That's a
bruh.
conspiracy, I swear.
Hell yeah.
Yo, for real.
The Herbert family paid for that.
It's like, oh man, this kid is so much better. I need to get him in somehow. What can we do? Hey, are you about to go give Tyrod his lung shot? Yeah, poke it
It's
in.
like, no, front office told me to do it.
Right.
Okay.
Like
All right.
the only other thing
Go.
worse in sports than that was the Tanya Harding thing. That's crazy.
We're all breaking her leg and shit before the.
Oh my god.
Do you think that the Bucks are the projected to be the top dog in the East?
Yeah, projections
NBA.
already came out. Well, I mean, among us, probably not the three of us, but NBA projections have already came out, and they're projected to win the East now.
I think if this was a couple years ago, I'd feel like Damian Lillard has more sudden impactfulness, like direct impactfulness to it. I kind of feel like he might be getting old, and it's gonna like mess with his ability to help Giannis out. Like I'm sure, like you mentioned, Forrest, this being obviously the biggest superstar that Dame's gonna play with. Yeah, they're gonna be able to be a bit more open. Maybe Giannis is cleaner inside, and Dame has less people defending him so hard because everyone's focused on Giannis. But I don't know. I'm worried that the trade happened too late and Dame is gonna just fall off a cliff physically because he's
Russell Wilson
one of the
style.
older guys. Yeah, I'm worried that's gonna happen. But obviously,
I'm a Dame take off
fan.
my glasses for this conversation. Damn it!
I'm a Dame fan. Got respect for Lillard and what he's done in Portland, and wish him the best. But it should be. It's going to be a good opportunity for him. They just got to make it work and stay healthy. But excited to see. I don't know. The Bucks were title favorites with just Giannis, right? And like the rest of his guys.
Oh man, don't do that to Drew, man. Drew is good.
Drew, I mean, Drew Giannis is the super duper star, and then he had a couple regular good players with him.
Brooke Lopez, beast.
Rookie.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. I see what you're saying, but so like there's a lot of factors that are a little different with Dame going over. And on a side note, I respect Dame for staying important for so long. I'm one of those guys that likes to see like maybe they could have moved into.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably doesn't want to come off the bench, but I like older guys staying with teams like that. And if they accept the role coming off the bench, helping the younger kids out, that'd be cool. If he was able to help like Scoot and Shaden Sharp, but he's still got so much left in the tank. He had one major injury, so it lessens his time that he's had on the court. So if he's fully recovered, he's not that old because he's had time to sit. His body hasn't had too much wear and tear on it. He's also now going to a place again, like everybody's saying, with another superstar. So the load isn't going to be as heavy. So whether he's getting old or not, if people think he's getting older or not, it kind of cancels that out because the load isn't going to be so much heavy on him. He can do a little bit less, on the team. Also, again, just playing with another superstar is totally different. And mind you, offseason is not done. So depending on how much money they have in the NBA, because they have like the most imaginary cap in all of sports.
Who, the Bucks?
No, the NBA as a whole.
Oh, the most easily adjustable or you can mess with.
Yeah. So there's still a lot of pieces that are floating around in the NBA, and I know watching those two guys, somebody made a joke that the next signing the Bucks make will be KD forcing his way out of Phoenix to go to the Bucks.
I like that.
Right. That would be ridiculous. But also,
is there anybody messing with them in the East? Like that Boston?
Miami's still that team. You can't everybody every year counts out Miami and they're always an underdog and they always come back in and they always fight for that final spot in the East. And they still they haven't really lost anybody. They might have to smooth things a little with what's the white boy's name over there?
Tyler Hero,
yeah.
Duncan Robinson.
Because they were going about to trade his ass.
I almost called him Jack Harlow.
But they didn't. But they didn't.
Right. So, but you still have to
you're important to us.
Right. You have to coddle him a little bit. And they were like, you know what? We didn't make the trade because of you, which is bullshit because Jimmy was like, yo, we need to talk to the league about tampering. So
I was wondering if he was trolling or do you think he was being serious?
I think he was half serious. Maybe not about them being investigated for like tampering, but also like, why all of a sudden you come out of nowhere? You know what I mean?
Yeah, this was so unexpected. Like,
yeah,
no one had this on the radar.
The only other team that he really was asking for besides Miami was the Nets. Not too many people knew about that. So he liked the Nets.
New York.
Yeah. He liked the Nets and he wanted to either go out there in Miami. Miami for sure was his first choice. But no one heard of the Bucks making a play for that until Giannis started talking about a month or two ago.
Is this the Bucks trying to keep Giannis? Because I saw some different Giannis quotes that were like, I have to decide what's best for me.
The Bucks,
if it's not here, if it's not prepared to win a title, if you're not ready,
then he has to
fight as hard as I do, then I have to consider something else. So this is them trying to keep their megastar.
Yeah. So I mean, you bring a guy in. I thought that was a lot of movement for one player though. Like
2008, 7 players moving around.
2008, 2030 pick swap and a first round in like 6 years.
Right, and just to move.
That's great.
That was all like the pieces that were moved around had to be moved around in order for Dame to go to Milwaukee. So
at least it wasn't like 5 first rounders for Gobert. Like
right.
That.
So literally, if you look at the deal for what it really is, it's all of those players plus those picks for Dame to Milwaukee.
The players that had to leave Milwaukee are there to carve out the cap space to fit Dame's contract.
So the casualties were the players from Phoenix because they couldn't make the deal straight up. Portland for Milwaukee. So they had to find a third party to fulfill that, cap space, everything, so no one gets penalized or it doesn't look like you're making your own deals on 2K. You know, like so.
Had to bring in a third team. Aiden gets sent to the Suns.
Yeah,
I mean, to the
but it
Blazers.
helps. Yeah, I mean, it fills voids and it helps alleviate like the Phoenix situation Michael's talking about, where Aiton didn't want to be there, made it public. So now he gets to go somewhere. You get something in return, and Dame gets to go anywhere but Miami right now. So the other team, I think, also that were close to making the deal, or at least were publicly trying to make a deal, was the Raptors. But I don't think they had enough because they weren't willing to let go of Barnes.
Yeah, I saw that report too.
Yeah. So, and Barnes he was the kicker. He would have probably had the deal go through. Barnes would have been the piece that they needed for that deal to go through.
Who's Barnes?
Matt Barnes,
Yeah, Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes.
I was like, up in smoke podcast co-host
Harrison
Matt
Barnes.
Hey, his kids are real.
NBA Finals champion Harrison Barnes.
Matt's Barnes twins, his twin boys. Look them up. They're real. They're on the circuit right now, AAU circuit. They're gonna be like Carlos Boozer's twins. They're gonna be wrecking it when they get into like their senior years. You'll be hearing about them soon.
So,
but
the Suns get Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nazir Little, Keon Johnson. The Blazers get Drew Holiday, who they're shopping, DeAndre Ayton, Tumani Kamara, don't know who that is, and then 2 pick swaps and a Milwaukee first in 2009.
Kamara should be cut by tomorrow.
And the Bucks get Dame. Okay.
Yep.
And you said Dame. I mean, the Bucks win the now, but the Blazers win the long term of the deal. That's how you see it. Mike, do you have any letter grades or who you think won this trade over a different team?
I think the Bucks, because like their goal is to win a championship,
win now
within the next like 2 years, maybe 3 at max. So this piece addition of Damian Lillard is definitely a step in that right direction, and especially if you're trying to keep Giannis in the Milwaukee market. This is like the biggest thing I think anyone's ever done for their superstar in a long time. So shout out to the Milwaukee front office for getting this deal done. Phoenix, man, they've been swapping players left and right for like the last 2 years. It seems like Mikal Bridges, like that big deal to get Kevin Durant, and then they shipped off fucking Chris Paul to the Warriors, and then got Mikal Bridges. I mean, then got wasn't Malik? No, wait, Bradley Beal. Sorry, Bradley Beal. Yeah, so like they are. I feel like Phoenix is also in a win now, but they didn't have the depth, so I think they got the second best out of it. And then Portland, like in the short run, like you said, Forrest, it might not look to be the best situation, but with those picks and then with the players that they're bringing in, the youthfulness, the ability to get up and down the floor, I feel like they will be pushing pace next season, and probably in like 3 to 4 years, we'll be really reaping the benefits of this trade.
Yeah, if they can get those young guys in Portland to play in a system that Billups has, or if Billups can develop a system that'll keep those guys up and down the court, they're gonna be nice, man. It's scary. But you also think about Phoenix. If you can play Bradley and Book together, Mikal Bridges at the 3, and then you got Durant and Nurk at the 4 and 5. That's a solid starting 5. That's better than 75% of the teams in the league as a starting 5. And then you can just have Grayson Allen come and hurt anybody else who they don't want playing.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
The enforcer, Grayson Allen.
Bruh, I'm telling you, if I played in anywhere that Grayson Allen was playing, he would not leave without a bloody nose. I'm telling you, that fool is dirty as hell. And he's from Duke, so fuck that dude twice. But yeah.
The
USC, baby.
The updated roster, projected starting roster for the Bucks: point guard Damian Lillard, shooting guard Malik Beasley, small forward Chris Middleton, power forward Giannis Antetokounmpo, center Brook Lopez. NBA Finals.
Malik Beasley's on the Bucks.
Yeah, they got him.
Say who?
No,
I didn't know Malik Beasley was on the Bucks.
Know Beasley was there.
Jay Crowder, Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, AJ Green, some of the other bench players.
people are gonna listen to you, and when you say guys like Portis and what's the dude
Bobby!
with the dress name that you just said? The dude with the
Pat
dress?
Connaughton. Oh,
Hey, Crowder.
Uh,
Jay
Crowder.
Crowder.
Those, if you have guys like that on your bench,
Sharkhead.
those guys, right? Those guys give you a fighting chance to win every game. That's figuratively and literally, because they're also knuckleheads sometimes who be trying to fight people.
Right,
But
Jay Crowder. Every playoff team always tries to pick him up, like right
right,
before the
yeah,
playoffs.
because
So
he
it's like,
does. He's a. I don't know if he's a D player anymore. He used to be a really good 3 and D player, but I mean, he's again one of those guys that does like he's that veteran that has like those dirty tricks. You know what I mean? Every
yeah,
veteran has them.
He
Like
plays hard. He plays good defense. He makes some shots too.
like shout
But
out
yeah,
shout
has those.
right. Shout out to my guy Toonie, Tao Edie. When I used to play him.
Hey,
Lance knows Toonie.
dude.
Oh my gosh, he's a force. And he shoots threes. But Toonie's about 6'3", and again, I'm being very polite today to the people that I love. I'm gonna say he's about 280. That's being polite. But Tuni's 6'3", 280, but moves like he's like 220. But anytime I play Tuni, and it's funny because you play ball at the park, it's not like you just pick up the guy you pick up. And obviously people were like, Tony, you pick up Tuni. Okay, the 5'9", 5'8" dude picks up Tuni, who's like a mountain to me. But my secret was, and sorry, Will knows this too. If I couldn't keep up with you because you were too fast or you're too big, I kind of just give you a jab in the tailbone.
Oh, yeah, you're out here punching people in the butt.
Hey man,
Slow down, fool.
somebody?
Slow down.
Have you ever seen anybody incapacitated from a punch in the tailbone?
Oh.
Again, I'm sorry, Will, but as an example, Will crumbles like how you crush a soda can after you finish. That's what Will looks like after I hit him in the
Like the
tailbone.
air being vacuumed out of an aluminum can. Oh.
Right. Also, all my old coaches when I played at the park, anytime somebody screens you, you know what I mean? And all you have to do for that ball, if they're about to roll, if they're close enough, you just put your left hand, depending on what side of the screening you want, and you hold them, and all you see is the ball fly out of bounds because the passer's like, why didn't you roll? I was trying to move. I don't know.
I was stuck.
I was stuck to
I
this
know that
sticky
move.
guy.
Yeah.
Hold the
But yeah,
shorts.
so
all of that stuff. Step on the shoe.
or hit
Yeah,
somebody's
man. You
elbow as
over
you go
here
for a
mad
jump
at
shot.
Grayson Allen. Like, Grayson Allen's
Hey,
a piece
man,
of shit,
I'm
dirty
not-
player.
I'm-
Jump his
I'm not
ass.
running
Over
dudes
here
down on
punching
fast
people in the
break.
back.
I'm not running dudes down on the fast break and breaking their arms and shit.
You're like,
But
I'm just trying to demobilize people. Hey,
right.
just stay with me.
Just
Stay with me.
just for the play, not for the whole season.
Come on, man. We just hang out in the corner here, hang out on the wing. Chill out, bro.
I've been known to ask that to somebody. Hey man, just stay here, bro. What are you running for?
It's just making a 4-on-4, okay? We're even.
Right.
We're even. We're both not in this play,
Yeah,
okay?
you
Deal?
shoot, I shoot. You shoot, I shoot. But no, yeah. So guys like that, they always give your team a fighting chance. Like, and that's why I like the Bucks. But I still think Miami should be the leader. They didn't really lose anybody. You know what I mean? Those guys, man, they don't have anybody that's like really big on the team, but they have Bam, and Bam, he's so athletic. The way he gets up and down the court, I mean, jumping wise, of course, but he's also like I liken him to like a little bit more skilled and athletic Ben Wallace. That's why I like Bam's game, and I think
Bam.
the way Ben Wallace, yeah, I think
Ben
he
Wallace
channels
is
a good
great.
right. So I think
Yeah.
that's why they still have Jimmy, of course, who's their leader, their star, but I think Bam has that. Oh man, I don't want to use this term because it's so overused, but I'll be
That dog in him.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So I think oh my god. See, now he has that T-Rex in him, man. You know what I mean? That just yeah. He got that T-Rex in him, man. That just it's one of those guys that's gonna fight for the rest of your team, man. I hate that, man. Exactly. Hopefully he doesn't have T-Rex arms. No, Oh man, I'm gonna send you this. There was what channel is it? But they did a documentary and they recreated like AI
I
recreated
saw it.
that.
I
Oh
know
my god.
exactly what you're talking about. The tiny arm freaking
And he's trying to
mating
impress the
dance.
other
Oh
dinosaur.
my god, that was so funny. I
Oh,
felt
hey
that in
yo,
my
Mike.
soul though too.
Mike, you
Because
see it? You see the dino? He doesn't have arms at first. Like he's just like bit like it's a
They're
you
TV.
like,
just don't see
Right.
him.
You know, you don't even see his arms yet.
You
And
don't
then all of a
see-
sudden, this fool starts doing a dance to impress the female dinosaur. And you think his arms are gonna like shoot out, bro. They shoot out and stop like right here. And he's like stretching there, like, bro,
"What's
why would
up,
you do that?
Look
girl?
at
Like
Man.
these things?"
You know what the worst thing
me.
is?
Spoiler alert.
The female dinosaur turns around and leaves it. That's
She's
just like
like,
a
Oh,
female.
not
thought she was showing the
appeasing.
badus, the
No, no,
Venador badussy.
no.
She
She
turned
said,
around like,
ooh.
keep
She
your
said,
tail
nah.
tucked.
Right.
Those arms aren't big enough for me.
Like small arms, huh?
She fucking left.
Yeah.
Yo,
She,
yeah, I know exactly
but
what you're talking about. That's hilarious.
yeah, I think Bam's that dude that gives Miami the edge over other teams right now.
I I like Bab overall as a player. I don't think he has that Ben Wallace level like game affectability, like impact. Because Ben Wallace would just like that's a rim protector, and then someone that also beat you down. And he had Rashid though. Like they would both just
True.
totally lock down. Bam doesn't. I don't know. I don't think Bam has that. Bam needs to be more offensive. Yeah, but excited to see the next chapter. What did? Sorry, I had Dame's quote from 1 o'clock when he was getting traded. It basically said the casuals aren't going to be addressed, but the real ones know what it is.
I know. I was like, okay.
Uh, so yeah, Dame is out of there. He's headed to Milwaukee, and hopefully good things happen for him, and everyone else
Right.
can
Good luck
kind of
today.
move on, and the new chapters begin in Milwaukee and Portland and Phoenix.
Amen. Amen.
Did you want to do Kids from the Rock? Do you have somebody
Yeah,
lined up
man.
to talk about?
Because of the great quarterback play at Washington State this past Saturday. And I don't even remember the kid's name that played quarterback there. But he decimated Oregon State for like 400 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Jeez.
Also shout out to DJ Uiagalelei who played that game. He had about 185 yards. I think he had 2 in the air and 1 on the ground, if I'm not highlight these poly kids playing ball. So, and I love DJ Uiagalelei since he's out of high school when I first saw him. But I'm talking about Washington State's quarterback because
Cameron Ward.
Cameron Ward, who he had a phenomenal game. I mean, he kind of dropped his name into like Heisman contention, not like seriously, but like it made people watch him and not look at him play.
He's on the board there.
Right. But I mentioned him and Washington State only to enter into talking about Faalili Faamoe from Leone High School.
Yeah.
2020 graduate. He left Samoa as a weak side defensive end. He was a Poly Bowl participant as a defensive end. He was 6'5", 216 coming out of high school. Got to Washington State and they transferred him over into or transformed him over into an offensive lineman where this year is his senior year and he's now starting as their right tackle.
Hey.
So he went from 6'5",
Nice.
216 to 6'6", 307. Starter, yeah, he's a big boy,
Yeah.
doing good.
Nice.
He's doing good in school. I was talking to my sources back home who are closely part of the Leone program. Say he's a great kid on and off the field. One of my good friends, the head coach at Leone High School right now, Duke Elisaya, got to coach him for a season, I think it was, and says the kid has potential, and that's why he was able to just switch over to the offensive line, and now he's a starter at Washington State. So they're doing pretty good this year, and you know what I mean? His quarterback was phenomenal on Saturday, and you can't do that unless you're upright. And Faalili was one of those guys that kept him right all game. Kept him upright, and he was able to 400 yards in the air, 5 touchdowns.
Nice.
That's crazy. So, shout out to you, Faalili. Hope you have a great season the rest of the year around, and we hope to keep hearing good news from your quarterback, because that means you're doing your job. And if it leads to you playing on Sunday, great. But most of all, I hope you get that degree that you went to college for. So we're very, very interested in watching you play the rest of the year, as well as a lot of these poly kids. I like to highlight the kids straight from the rock, obviously, because they don't get too much shine. You don't hear from them like you do the kids who have been playing in the States. But also shout out to those kids too, like DJ, also Mateo Youngale, his brother, who had a great game against Coach Prime in Colorado. So, yeah, there's a lot of these kids out there. Just if you have time to, if you ever have the link, the New Mexico Military Institute, who their head coach, we mentioned before, Coach Telfasau is a product of San Juan High School. So we're real proud that he's a coach out there, but he's got a bunch of kids from American Samoa playing for him. There's a handful of kids playing at John Hancock Junior College. They're from American Samoa. Also, I think next Wednesday, I'll try to get a little bit more information on a kid at the University of Hawaii, Dean Brisky. Interesting to me because he plays wide receiver. There's not too many kids that you see come out of American Samoa as a wide receiver, and they stay a wide receiver. So, yeah.
Nice. Faalili Faamoe. Right
Yes,
tackle.
sir. Right
Washington
tackle.
State Cougars.
Starter.
Let's go. Redshirt sophomore starting right tackle.
Oh, man. So, again, we're going to give some shine to Samoa. We were at the tailgate party. Carl and Eddie were there with us, nice. The sons of the Washington State great, Samoa. But Robert Barber was talking to Carl, because they played both 2020 the Samoa Bowl, and then he just started talking about Samoa, and they're watching their Cougs, and Rob was just telling the kids there who didn't really know about Samoa, because you guys don't know Samoa. He's the greatest Cougar of all. Washington State, greatest Cougar of all. Quarterback. I was like, that's cool to see, because I remember all the torture that Samoa put me through in practice.
Bro.
Damn, they had 2 Polynesian quarterbacks over there too.
Jack Thompson.
Jack Thompson. He's from like my neighborhood, like.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever run into Jack Thompson?
Oh yeah, he's cool. One of my homegirls, Kayla Fonene, that's her mom's brother. So nice. He always was out in the neighborhood, doing little football things.
Nice.
His son went to Wazoo too. His name's Tony Thompson, and I think he does like some media stuff for Wazoo.
Oh, dope.
Bro, that's dope. Hey, the throwing Samoan. And then right after him, repeat Samoa. The guy that could throw with both hands. Left-handed quarterback rolling out right.
Guess which hand?
It's crazy. Left-handed quarterback, but he would roll right. And if he had to, he could transfer the ball into his right hand and throw a just as accurate spiral with his offhand. So let's call it ambidextrous, people.
Right.
Amphibious.
Right, amphibious. Oh, what is what did Tyreek say?
Comedy.
I wanted to say, look, Tua's hella dirty. He knows he's got uncles can't speak English with a lick.
I know. I thought Tua was gonna call him a fob.
Bro, shout out to a 70-point game. Leading the MVP votes.
Right. If he's not your MVP leader right now, then
coming to the game in the EA, bro.
MVP.
Yeah.
Right
there. That's my MVP. That's my MVP.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Right behind you, Frankie. You're still my MVP, bro. But
Good
yeah,
stuff, bro. Nice. This is good. Yeah. Again, shout out to Frankie Luvu and shout out to Forrest for going and capturing those dope moments at the game versus the Seahawks, Panthers versus Seahawks. Yeah. What else we have? Chargers versus Raiders. That's gonna be fun. Let's do a. You want to just do a hat, or you want to do like a whole jersey that the other person has to wear
I mean,
for Devontae Adams versus Keenan Allen receiving yards?
I don't have a hat for you, but I mean, if you
You
want
don't
to do
have
a
a Raider
jersey,
hat?
not no, I have something better for you to wear, bro. I would go get it, but I have to like it's tucked away nicely.
Oh
I have
God.
this gigantic Raiders poncho, bro, like a actual
Ooh,
Mexican Raiders poncho with the hoodie.
Yeah, I'll wear
Oh,
that.
bro,
there
yeah.
you go.
All
Oh,
right.
I got one like that too for the
oh,
Seahawks.
see, yep,
If
yep.
Devontae Adams racks up more receiving yards than Keenan Allen, I'll wear your Raiders poncho. And if when Keenan Allen goes for like 200 yards
Then
more
you
than
can
Devontae,
then you can suspend me from the show.
I can give you this Justin Herbert jersey, or I definitely have a bunch of Charger hats and stuff, Charger sweaters. Oh
Yeah,
man, sorry.
I'm already itchy.
This is just a little tag at the end, but Sammy bought Nora Jean her first hoodie, and it's just a navy blue Chargers over the front,
Hey,
Hey,
and
dope.
it's yeah, we're gonna start indoctrinating the child into the Charger life, and yeah, she can make her own decision later on, but definitely gonna be putting the Charger gear on her. Before we do shout outs, did you have the information for the Maui High School that is looking for sports equipment
I
or donations to
I do. So my cousin, beautiful soul that she is, her name is Kuipo Wilhelm. Um my aunt and my uncle, they've been in Maui for forever. I was born in Maui, and my parents stayed with them while we were there. And anytime I'm in Maui, I go stay with them. But they've always been big community people in Maui. Not just them, but the Wilhelm family in general. But so my cousin Quipo, we call her Ipo, she reached out to us and she was telling us that a lot of the money that's been allocated to help with like the education part of Lahaina, uh, high school sports and stuff like that has kind of already been allocated. And since it's football season, a lot of the money has been going to like Lahaina Lumen football team, and just obviously because it's football season, which is cool. But now that the women, the girls or the Wahine are looking for or to start their seasons, they're a little short on funds and equipment
oh gotcha.
and things of that sort. So she's just reaching out, trying to see if anybody is able to help with donations of like uniforms or even like practice gear, sports bras, tights for volleyball, standard sports gear she's reaching out for.
Yeah.
You could also maybe like funds if you wanted to give to them. Because right now they're not really practicing in gyms. They're practicing on like park courts, cement
Oh yeah.
courts, practicing on the grass and things of that nature. So, or even at the beach. So, yeah, if you guys wanted to donate, you guys can reach out to Epo. This is her contact information. If you wanted to, her email is at where Wilhelms. We are Wilhelms. Sorry. So all in one. WeareWilhelms. We are Wilhelms, all in one at gmail.com. Or you guys can shoot her a text or call her at 808-214-7163. So if you want to contact her about helping out with girls sports in Maui, mainly in Lahaina, the girls who need the help, the schools that were affected by the fires there, and they're still feeling the effects of those fires right now. Uh, I can't tell you how important it is for these kids to get back into these sports because we saw
Yeah.
firsthand what devastation can do to a community when me and Lance were back home for the tsunami that happened. And school sports, as young as they are, all of that having to deal with all of that, that's tough. So school sports was a big thing for those kids kind of just to get back into a normal lifestyle, to kind of take away from all of the tragedy that happened for them. So if they, anything can help. You guys are not just helping them get back into sports, like just to play a sport, but uh, it helps them deal with a lot of things that are going on right now. It'll take them away from that for a little bit if they can go to practice and play sports, and if they have the right equipment, with them not having to worry about asking their parents for the money that they don't have because they're trying to get back on their feet out there in Lahaina. So yeah, please, if you have anything that you can help with towards equipment, knee pads, tights, sports bras, uniforms, nets, water bottles, because the schools in Lahaina definitely have none of those right now. There's no schools, school buildings, or anything of that
Yeah.
sort. So we are willholmes@gmail.com again. And you can also contact her phone number is 808-214-7163. Kuipo Wilhelm. Ipo, love you so much. We're gonna do our best. We also have shout out to our sponsor who was the first person to reach out to me and ask for all the information
Mm-hmm.
just so he can get in contact with her. I know he's planning to print some shirts for them. Whatever he has on hand, he's gonna look into getting donations from other organizations. So Erod, man, such a big light in the community when it comes not to just, you know, um, like things in his community, but the Polynesian community in general. Um, Anytime that there's one of the communities that are in need, he always reaches out, is
Yeah.
trying to find a way to help. Um, and he keeps us on the air so you guys can listen to us talk about how good the Raiders are, how much better they are than the Chargers. So I mean, I've
Yeah,
always
Eri is
been
a great guy. No, but also like it's definitely that love
yeah,
where he's like, yo, if it's important to you and I love you, it's important to me.
it's important to him.
If it's your personal local community and there's something that he can do, definitely one to always step in and make sure people have that space to talk about how Keenan Allen's going to catch 20 passes because they don't have anybody else to throw it to, and the Raiders are going to lose by at least 10. Yeah, shout out to brother Eri. Shout out to Livasa Island Apparel. Uh, yeah, man, and thank you for breaking down that information and sharing that, so we can get the word out to people and
Of
hopefully
course.
rally up some help for those kids and those sports programs in a
Yeah,
place
I
that
mean,
obviously is still dealing with a lot of tragedy and change.
it'll be great to you know, knowing that we can help some of the kids in any way we can that are dealing with this stuff in Maui, helping them get back to,
Yeah,
man, just some kind of normalcy to their life because that's tough to deal with.
yeah, definitely.
Um,
That new normal. It's going to take a long time to rebuild and
for sure.
get everything stood back up. But yeah, shout out to the people. And again, we'll have that information in the description too. If you want to contact Ipo and the Wilhelm High School sports departments. Yeah, we're wrapping up this first midweek episode. We've also got the Sunday night recaps that we're doing. Every game, all the scores, stats, analysis, insight you need from every game that happens on Sunday, ready for you Monday morning to break down. And then we're also doing these Wednesday episodes. We'll work on getting more of these segments kind of regularly done. Shout out Forrest for kids from the Rock. Yeah, definitely keeping that spotlight on a group of athletes that isn't always given their shine, like you said. So yeah, hella dope.
Right.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. I'm also not gonna play like the kids from the Rock aren't getting shine because it's a little different nowadays than it was before because like you really had to a lot of the kids before me and then the kids like my year in high school, like we really had to go junior college route. There weren't too many D1 schools that were coming. There weren't too many kids from Samoa getting D1 scholarships straight out of American Samoa. Like there were very, very few. You know, coaches weren't really traveling. Not too many coaches were traveling home. But now you got a handful of coaches who are trying to build a pipeline straight to American Samoa. And that's been a big difference. The kid we highlighted a couple weeks ago, Grady Mareko, he's already got a couple of D1 scholarships going. I know there's a couple of linemen at Tafuno who have D1 scholarships. So the landscape has changed a little bit, but they don't get the shine that the kids out here get. Like not just Polynesian kids out here, but obviously all the kids because it's the mainland. So any help we can give to them right now, I know is big for them. So if you guys listen to us and you guys have kids that maybe you think we should be highlighting or you guys would like for us to highlight, please feel free to email us or message us at the Ballinesian and we'll get to it. We'll look them up, get their information, and have them part of the segment. Mike, if you have anybody too, one of these kids out here that like in the Seattle area too, because
we got Papa Afua Sendre.
Right. I seen him.
He was in 8th grade getting scouted by Alabama, but now he decided on Texas A&M.
That's a big kid.
Yeah, he's a beast. He was like 6'3" in 8th grade, bro. He was huge.
Yeah, that's the picture everybody sees of him in the locker room at Bama in 6th grade, and he looks like one of the starters on the line.
Bro, so, that's my brother's friend from elementary school. I used to be playing Xbox with him. Be like, bro, you're weak. Now I'm like, oh, damn, you beat my ass.
He said, hey, you can have that kill. You can have that kill.
O'Day has a lot of that's the place that you send your Polynesian son to go play football.
Right,
around here.
I think Bad Boy Mook, I think he played running back at O'Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you listen to Bad Boy Mook, he was a great running back at O'Day.
And my cousin, he plays over there. He's a sophomore. He's 6'6", 260. Nice. The end. He's filthy. I'm like, let's go.
What's his name?
His name is David Swarzel. Nice. But he's like he's my dad's sister's son. So he's half Samoan, half like his dad is like straight up Viking, like Nordic motherfucker. So he was hella big, and I was like, oh my god, David, you're gonna be so big. He was a baby, and his head was just huge. I was like, oh my gosh, bro. And he was like buff as a baby. We're like, whoa, this is crazy. You're gonna be huge, dude.
Me and my cousins used to talk. We were like, look, my cousin, he was like 6'4", like 290. He was like, I'm gonna fly to Iceland, have a couple of babies, bring them home, and wait for them to grow. I was like, it's like, bro, you just said
and wait for them to grow.
Like you're
just water them every day.
Like you're gonna go make dragon eggs with your and come back and watch them grow.
Daenerys.
So yeah, you know what I mean. You put that's. There's one thing you can't teach in sports. It's size.
Are you guys waiting for the next season of House of the Dragon?
No.
I was. Yeah. See, do you watch, Mike? No. Are you a fan?
I said, fuck Game of Thrones. I don't give a fuck about anything that's happening in this world anymore.
Yeah, power to you, man. Power to you.
Anything that's happening in House of Dragon probably doesn't matter. Like,
right.
That's what I've learned from this storytelling. Like, these things you thought mattered. Yeah. I always have this conversation with my girlfriend. She's like, Why are you so butthurt? I waited a decade.
I waited a decade and
to
fucked
find
me on
out.
They
find out that
finale.
Nothing mattered at all.
Well,
it didn't matter.
Yeah.
That's life.
Something we find out in House of Dragon is that the Targaryens don't really have a connection with like the dragons. They're just hoping the dragons don't kill them when they hop on. And
really?
They don't really have like a super big connection. That's like the dad tells the daughter that in like the first 2 episodes. He's like, we just use that to scare people into letting us be the leaders. Okay?
Anybody could get on a dragon.
Anybody that the dragon fucks with can get on a dragon.
Right. So the dragon, though, has to pick you.
Yeah, the dragon has to let you. But the dragons only are like given Targaryen riders
they're just making
options.
They're just making it like they're just retconning everything. They're like, oh yeah, it didn't matter.
Well,
Jon Snow, he didn't have a connection with that dragon. That was bullshit.
Yeah, he just like bowed.
My blood pressure's rising right now.
All right, let's get a fucking entertainment or a like movie podcast going too. Here we go.
That'll be Thursdays.
Yeah, we'll get one for every day. Shout outs. Mike, any shout outs?
Yeah, I do. I got some shout outs. Shout out to a fellow content creator. He's on YouTube and TikTok, Jungalaya. There's 2, Jungalaya TV, Jungalaya Warzone. Oh, yeah. I've been playing Call of Duty with this guy, and he recently started posting all the matches we win.
Nice.
So there's some funny shit that goes down because we play with my uncle who's like in his 60s, and that shit is hilarious because he's like, he speaks pidgin. And so yeah, he's just hilarious. He's a hilarious person.
What's the name of the?
Dope as fuck.
What's the name?
It's called a Jungalaya Warzone.
Jungalaya.
And he posted one yesterday. And my uncle just was like going off. They were like, "Give me your money, Unc." And my uncle was like, "Fuck! Every time I give you my money, you don't give me shit."
Fucking waste.
So yeah, shout out, check them out, guys, on YouTube, Jungalaya Warzone, Jungalaya TV. Also, shout out to all of the Seattleites. Fox News came to town, and they were interviewing people in downtown Seattle, like about the crime, about the raise in crime rates, and all the Seattleites were just like fucking with them tough. Nah, it's pretty chill down here, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Nah, dude, that's a lie.
Wait, Fox News is in town?
Yeah, they were like, I guess sometime last week, and they just posted it yesterday. And it was just...
Oh, they actually sent people out there to try to
get there's one guy, and he's asking all these Seattle people, like typical Seattle people too, like...
White
LGBTQ plus.
Oh, blue hair, like okay.
Yeah, some like what the rest of the world thinks Seattle as.
Yeah. Went straight up to those people.
Was he on Broadway?
Yeah, with what's his name? I'm having a brain fart. His posse's on Broadway.
Oh, Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Damn! Wow, I'm not from Seattle. I got my Seattle card just banned just now.
Wait, what was that?
He said that one dude that sings that song that's about the street in Seattle on Broadway.
Yeah, the one artist from Seattle that's really famous. And Sir Mix-a-Lot. His Anaconda don't.
Right.
So shout out Seattle and Jungalaya TV, Jungalaya Warzone. It's hella funny.
And the people of Seattle. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Messing with the media. I love it. Forrest, any shout outs this episode?
For sure, man. I got the biggest one I have this week is for my niece, Levalasi Louis, who got her yellow belt in Taekwondo.
Yeah.
7 years old. She's that's my dog. I got her a Hello Kitty hat and a Hello Kitty lanyard, and I still love getting stuff for her because you can always see the excitement in her eyes when she gets it. Like the older kids now, just say, "Oh, cool, alcohol." Again, to my sisters, I don't give your kids alcohol. Just kidding. We've graduated to marijuana. Just kidding. Again. Yeah, no, but
Yeah, Uncle Elroy don't care if you smoke in his house.
don't believe your kids if they wrap me up.
Oh,
Uh, but so yeah, my 7-year-old niece is who's the funniest ever, and she's a Raiders fan, so she was kind of heartbroken on Sunday. Not really, because she's 7 and she doesn't understand why I was heartbroken, but she is a
Damn, she
Raiders
was
fan.
just feeling your loser
Right, right,
emotion.
right. She chose herself to be a Raiders fan because me and my other niece, Jose Oriana, who again shout out to them because I probably didn't get it, but she got her model. But yeah, we're both Raiders fans. We're both Raider fans. So, but anyway, yeah, my niece, she got the yellow belt, and her dad said a quote that it's good that she's taking Taekwondo so that anytime one of your siblings get out of hand and they get mouthy, she'll be able to kick their ass for him.
Oh my god.
So, but yeah, and then
my little enforcer, you my Grayson Allen, come here.
Shout out to
little tailbone puncher.
Hey, I'm gonna teach you that move, man. You're gonna see it. Watch, it's gonna be popular in MMA. I'm telling you. Hey, look. Before I finish my shot, look, let me tell you, man. A timely placed tailbone punch will incapacitate anybody. I'm telling you. See, the people right now, like you guys are laughing, but the people right now who have been hit, not just by me, in the tailbone, by anything, not just a punch, know that you can't do anything after you get hit in the or have you ever fell on your tailbone and then tried to move after that?
Right. That's what I'm thinking more of. You fall down really hard on your back, your butt, and then really slam your tailbone.
It's the same as getting punched in the tailbone.
It's the same as you knuckling up and taking a punch to the back.
Right. Like
it sounds more like a Pokemon move than a basketball. Like
hey, I'm telling you, ask Toonie, ask Will.
It's just ask anyone taller than me.
Like it immediately. Hey man, if I can't defend you the way I'm supposed to defend you, I got to use everything in my power. But
I agree.
Also, shout out, and I never do this, but there's only two real San Francisco fans who like oh my gosh,
San Francisco Niners?
49ers. Yeah. My brother-in-law and my sister, but also to one of my players I used to coach at Tafuna. She played Gina Tautolo Otuafi. Man, shout out to her because she always keeps it real, man. I talked to her again about the San Francisco game. She still thinks that the defense needs to step up a little bit more. And what is the racist on their D-line's name? He's got a brother who's racist.
Nicholas Bosa.
Yeah, that dude. Anyway, she still thinks that
you don't have any racists on the Raiders.
I'm pretty sure, but I'm cool with it.
you have racists in the Raiders front office.
Yeah, we're so racist. We don't like Chargers and Steelers, fuckers. But shout out to her, man. She always keeps it real, and I always talk to her about the San Francisco games because she's always in depth with it. You know what I mean? So
shout out to her. Tell her to come on, break down the.
No, yeah. Also, my brother-in-law, he heard us talking a couple Sundays ago, and he was like, "Yo, man, the podcast is cool," and he listened to it and he liked it, and I was like, I should bring you on. I didn't think his response would be that quick. I knew because he's really good. He's also a football coach. He's like, for real?
Nice.
You gonna have me on? I was like, oh yeah. So I mean, people who listen.
Wait. You know, yeah, that's very exciting. He knows it's not like anything crazy, right?
No, he does. And, but that's a good sign for the three of us because that means when people do listen, when they actually get a listen, they like us, which is not common when people hear me. But I promise I'm a very likable person once you get past me being an asshole. But
if you've made it to this part 2 hours in, you probably are okay with listening to us break different stuff down. Right. Hopefully you're not like unhappy listening to us for 2 hours.
Fucking hate these guys.
Right?
Oh, love the next episode.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Right. 2 hours there, and he's like, I hate this podcast.
Sounds like being a Raider fan.
Hey man. you know what? We beat Seattle and
You did.
LA
You
last
did.
year. So, like I told those two ladies in the seats, fuck you guys. It was funny, man, because they were like, oh man, they kind of understood. They started understanding what saying "go for it," you know what I mean? Because anytime they stood up to cheer right in front of us, and ayo, shout out to my guy Kenny, man. He just got back from deployment. Funny dude. He's a New Orleans Saints fan, by the way, from American Samoa, which is weird. But these two ladies kept getting up, and in Samoan, it was his tone that I think they finally caught on to what Mofo Ilalo meant, which is sit down in Samoan. But every time they got up, he was like, "Se que feia Mofo Ilalo." And they would just, so the last time he said it, one of them turned around and moved to the side, and we were like, this is like 13,
you taught people Samoan at the game.
If you guys have ever watched the 13th Warrior with Antonio Banderas, where he starts to figure out the Vikings, what they're saying, that kind of what it looked like, because she kind of just turned and looked at us and then was like, had the I'm sorry look and slided to the side, which is funny because Noah goes, I'm fine with it. You can stand right there. And then Noah turned to the right. Noah turned to the right side, and the guy sitting next to Noah looked at Noah like, motherfucker, what about me?
You can move.
So, but yeah, man, shout out to G. We should have you on the show, G. She listens religiously. She loves us. She thinks we're hilarious.
Hey, shout out Gina.
Also, my brother-in-law, shout out to you, Yawa, since I mentioned you. Love my guy, man. Big 49ers fan. He used to drive routes for I forgot the name of the farm that's in there's a farm, family-owned farm. He used to drive delivery for them. But he used to wear his Frisco hat, and his route was all over like Seattle in the city. And people would just look at him and he'd be like, yeah, Frisco, bitch. But yeah, man. Shout out to Tua, man. Love seeing it, man. Especially with everybody who doubted him. Like, I get it, man. And then just the responses he's going through right now, you can tell that he wants to let it all go this season. Just playing his ass off, man. Good to see that. Good to see Frankie being a captain. You know, good to see your sister Katie getting all the exposure she's getting. I seen her it was at her visit.
Yeah,
to
she did her official visit.
That's so dope, man. You know what I mean? And then, her just interacting with the crowd with the camera. I can't wait to watch her sister there. I mean, I thought I wasn't going to be a Duck. Well, I won't be this season. I'll be a Ducks fan because Sian and Pau transferred over. So I'm going to watch South Carolina this season. But Katie, I'll be back to watch you next season, promise.
Hey.
Yeah, you know,
definitely plan to plan a trip down to Eugene for some of those games.
That's it, yeah. So, yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we can sit back and just be like, man, life sucks. But there's so much more that we just sit back and be like, yeah, man, the Raiders are better than the Chargers. And it makes everything better.
There's better stuff going on in the world. Amen.
I hope you tie. That's what I think. It's a 9-9 tie. Just fucking boring as shit.
Yo, man. Yo. But one more. I'm sorry to the Dallas Cowboys fans everywhere in the world.
Oh my
gosh. You guys got beat with a dude who looks like someone burnt his eyebrows off and can't even get his name on his own jersey in the team store. So Joshua Dobbs.
Hey, he's funny though. He's funny.
Yo, he's just out there addressing it.
Yeah, man. You know who you remind me of? I thought he was twins with Charlie Villanueva. So
that's what we said.
That's exactly. Yeah, that's what Mike said.
Oh man, that's so funny. But yeah, if you're a Cowboys fan,
if you're a Cowboys fan and you're feeling sad, just know that Forrest feels happy for your sadness, and it's all good.
I just told Will. We were loading up a van. I was helping Will move some stuff.
Oh my God, you live with a Cowboys fan. I forgot.
You're right. Oh yeah, he's like, hey, do we have any extra trash we can just run to the dumpster too? I was like, hey, grab all your Cowboy stuff. He didn't like that very much, but Will's also a very good sport about things. So I love it. Yeah, I can't say much. That what I mean, that is better than.
Shout out to Will, who's gone through the ups and downs and been a super loyal Cowboy fan, which is I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if regular like stereotypical Cowboy fans are as loyal. Someone said the Yankees suck. The Cowboys just lost to the Cardinals, and it's a terrible day for Lakers fans, just like bandwagon people. Uh, but yeah, no, it's gonna be fine. I got some shout outs. Shout out to Samoa, whose birthday it was this week.
Hey,
Actually,
happy
shout out to the legend.
birthday.
Um, yeah, up there, retirement, taking care of his grandkids, spending time with the family. I'd love to see it. Shout out to him. Um, Shout out to Damian Lamonte Ali Lillard Sr. For finally leaving Portland and heading to Milwaukee. Hope the best for him and his family and team. And shout out to Chargers second round pick Tuli Tuipulotu, who's been killing it these last
Yep.
couple weeks. Pressures, sacks, hurries, tackles for losses, slow mos with Joey Bosa doing headbutts and high fives. Yeah, it's coming together. He's like replacing Khalil Mack in a lot of those rush situations.
Right. I
And
don't want to be
it's
super stereotypical, but is that his brother out in Philly, Marlon?
that is, yeah. Who
Yeah. So
also
they both
threw up
be,
some T's.
yeah, they
I
both
think he
been
got a
ripping it.
sack. Yeah.
Yeah, they both been ripping it. So, yeah, that's dope for the Tuipulotu family. That's dope. Also, if you're in the Portland area, Portland City, anywhere, beware of the flash flooding from all the cheers from Portland Blazers fans. Please be safe.
Yeah, make sure to go check the weather and the traffic alerts. Yeah, Dame's gone. That's our episode for this week. Appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you everybody for listening. Catch our NFL recap for Week 4, dropping early Monday morning, and yeah, and anything and everything else that we're doing. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. That is our show. Catch you guys next time. But for now, stay hydrated, stay blessed, stay ballin', love and light. Peace.
Hey.
Choo-choo.